So one of the questions that I've been getting a lot is, so what are your solutions? This is in response to the videos and the talks and the articles about green technology, critiquing solar, wind, electric cars, and so on. A lot of people ask, what's your solution? Where do you actually want to go? And sometimes these people aren't really asking this question genuinely. They're sort of looking for a gimme. They're looking for a way to say, I'm angry at you because you took away my hope. And, in some ways I think the loss of hope is a good thing, because hope, as I've heard it defined before, is a condition over which you have no agency. You don't hope that, you're going to get up and make breakfast. You just get up and make breakfast. Maybe you hope that the plane isn't going to crash because you don't know anything about piloting planes. So I think hope in some senses is not helpful to us because it implies a loss of agency. I think also, in terms of solutions, I want to encourage critical thinking. So with these videos, I want people to start understanding the problems with green technology for themselves, so that they can then apply that same critical analysis to other things and recognize for themselves what is and what isn't a solution. What has some real heft to it and what doesn't. So with that said, I'm working on the final chapter of the book project Bright Green Lies right now, which is, the whole thing is a critique of green technology. And this final chapter, we're diving into, okay, what are some real solutions? And these things that we found are technically pretty straightforward. They're not that complicated per se, but politically, socially, they're extremely difficult and challenging. So I don't mean to sort of glibly say that, oh, this is all we have to do, because this is extremely difficult. These are generational tasks that to some extent our entire generation needs to be dedicating our lives to. And so the first one, I think, is resist false solutions. That's been clear throughout the other videos and such that I've been making. Resist these false solutions, understand them, critically analyze them, break them down into their constituent parts so that you can resist false solutions in the future in all the different guises they're going to take, because they're going to keep coming in different forms. Number two is restoration. We need to actually bring the land back to a state of health. And where I live, that looks like oak savanna restoration. There's work to be done in local creeks and rivers to restore them. These landscapes need to be restored in order to provide a habitat for humans and non-humans, especially those creatures who are living on the brink right now, and also to do things like sequester carbon and defend the climate. So restoration is absolutely key. And restoration can't happen or can't do much if we don't have the third and the most important element, which is stop the destruction of the planet. I think we need to think about this directly. So, the reason that we have global warming and that it's destroying the planet isn't because there's a lack of solar panels in the world. It's because this culture has been systematically destroying forests and burning coal, oil, and gas for hundreds of years. So that points directly toward the things that we need to fight against. We need to stop the burning of coal, oil, and gas. We need to protect forests and grasslands. We need to fight industrial agriculture, industrial fishing, industrial logging, mining, the whole capitalist system of production and consumption. We need to directly fight these activities and work to halt them. I don't think there's any getting around that. So, that's people want, when people ask about solutions, they often want some sort of comprehensive vision of what the future is going to look like, and I can't really provide that. I'm just one person living where I live, doing the work that I do, and this struggle is going to look very different. It's going to evolve very different in different places around the world, and I don't think we can really predict what's going to happen. But I do think that three-part model towards real solutions is applicable pretty much everywhere on the planet, and charts a course that takes us toward the future in which we even have the possibility to build communities based on, community self-determination and human rights and feminism and respect for each other and for the natural world. So these are big tasks, I know, and it's not something that we can rely on others to do for us. And I think that's another reason why I focus on the false solutions, is because these technologies, they entice us to believe this lie that others are going to solve the problem for us, that it's being taken care of, that the technical experts have got it all figured out, when the reality is that by and large, the scientific method today is being applied, the research budgets, the R&D is being deployed in order to shore up capitalism, in order to shore up militarism, imperialism, and so on. So we can't count on these technical experts and technologies and governments and so on to take care of these problems for us. We're going to have to do it ourselves.